everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here today, and today's video is going to be a video that I haven't been meaning to create for you all to update you on what's been going on in my life recently. So let's get started. Let's see, so I'm going to start with going back to March of 2022. So this past year I was on a gap year from teaching, and so usually around March the district wants the teachers to submit a letter of intention of returning. It was March and I got the email asking if I was going to go back to teaching, and I could choose a position at my school, whatever position was open, or I could go to a different school in the same district. So I told my district that I was going to return to teaching, that I had the intention to do so, and so I chose a position. I was going to return and be a first grade teacher at a different school. My other plan was, if it comes down to the summertime and I'm feeling like I found something else that I wanted to do, I could always tell the district before my contract was going to renew that I did not want to teach anymore. And my other option was to go into substitute teaching. So that was that for teaching. So it was around March as well that I got an email from the Fulbright scholarship that I received back in 2013 to go teach English in Taiwan. So I received an email saying that they have another program that allows alumni to return to Taiwan to teach English. And so at the moment, I was like, okay, this could be another option for me. So I applied, I interviewed, and I got accepted all in about a few weeks. So my life kind of took a turn. I told my district that I wasn't going to teach anymore. I did the official resignation. And I was like, well, I'm going to Taiwan to teach English again. And I told my parents, I told my friends, my family, right? Like I was all set and ready to go to Taiwan to teach English. And the reason why I decided to go was that I felt like I needed to be in a new space. I still felt lost and kind of trying to figure out my future, my path, my career. And so I decided that maybe if I go to Taiwan and I'm in a new environment, doing something new and being able to travel and have a lot of time to myself, that I would be able to find some clarity. So that was the purpose of me deciding to go to Taiwan. So I thought I was going to Taiwan starting August of this year. But there's another twist that comes up. So around May, I started learning a lot more about human design. And if you haven't heard me talk about what that is, I haven't made any videos about it, but I have been talking about it on my Instagram. And I also made a post on my blog post about what human design is. So I've been really learning about my design, which is a manifesting generator. I don't want to get into the details of what I've learned about my design in this video, but I do plan to make a different video recapping and kind of sharing what I've learned about my design and how it has affected the way I approach life now. But that's for another video. Anyways, coming back to how human design influenced my decision, it was about the end of May when the Fulbright fellowship program started sending me forms to fill out and things for me to get done so that I can get my visa and get started on going over to Taiwan in August. When I started receiving those emails from Fulbright, I internally did not feel excited. And that right away to me was a sign of something's wrong, because generally if I want to do something, I would feel excited about it. And so I no longer felt excited about going to Taiwan. And so I was very conflicted. I was very confused. I was scared. There were a lot of emotions going on at that time. So after doing a lot of thinking, and I was also talking to my boyfriend Robert about my sudden change of heart, this will all make sense once I make my human design manifesting generator video on the different qualities of a manifesting generator. With my sudden change of heart, I no longer felt like I wanted to go, and I no longer felt called to go to Taiwan. And even though it doesn't make sense to anyone, not even myself, I just felt like I no longer needed to be in Taiwan, that like I needed to be here. So I had to let Fulbright know that I wasn't going to Taiwan anymore. And it was a very scary decision for me because I felt like this whole past year has been filled with scary decisions that I had to make, very bold decisions that I felt very conflicted about making because it was more like I was scared. It was like a mix of me trying to be my authentic self while my conditioned self is still trying to please other people, if that makes sense. But anyway, what I mean to say is that it was a very hard decision for me to make, to yet again change my mind about what I wanted to do. And so now you might ask me, okay, so what are you going to do then? So my plan, the plan that I logically came up with, and I'm starting to move away from logical thinking and moving more towards being a co-creator with the universe and really allowing the universe to show me where I'm supposed to be going. But my logical mind for the time being was that I was going to be a substitute teacher because that allowed me flexibility, and then I was going to work on building our finance business with me and Robert. We're creating a business on helping people reach financial independence. Those were the only two things that I really had planned, if you could say. And the rest of the time was going to be really still focusing on myself and working on myself and trying to piece together something that I would find meaningful and fulfilling to my soul. And unfortunately, that has not happened yet, but I am not going to give up. I'm still on the path to figuring out what lights me up and basically what my soul's purpose is. So that when I figure it out, I will definitely let you know. But for now, I am a substitute teacher and I have been working on building our finance business, and we are still living with Robert's parents, which I'm very grateful for because that does take a lot of the financial pressure off of me. And the last thing that I am also still doing is saving up money so that I can pay off my student loans once our loans go back into repayment. So those are all the things that happened recently and all the big decisions that I had to make. But along with those things, I had a lot of realizations, and recently a very big one that might change the trajectory of how I live my next year. So that big realization is that I have a lot of guilt. You might be thinking, okay, what does that have to do with anything? Well, it has to do with everything because like I was telling you guys, I was off for a whole year during my gap year to try to figure out my career, my life. I transitioned from being a teacher to a different career. During that whole gap year, I was also burnt out. So I was trying to recover and rest and really take time for myself. But what I recently realized is that I wasn't truly resting. And what does that mean? That means that even though I was at home, I wasn't reporting to work, and maybe even if I'm sitting on the sofa watching a movie or sleeping in, I was still internally feeling guilty for that. Like for not working, for not having a job, for not bringing in income, for not having something to do and for not being productive. Like all these conditioning was still in my head. And so even though I was physically resting, my mind, my psychology was still going. I was feeling guilty for just resting and for trying to rest and for tending to my own needs. And I've spent the last year learning about personal growth, self-love, self-discovery, and it's a whole different ballgame to learn about something, and it's a different ballgame to actually implement it, live it, and embody it. So I feel like I have all the knowledge up here in my brain, but it doesn't do me any good if I'm still reacting and acting from my old conditioning ways. So that is a really big realization that I came to when I realized that because of the guilt that I woke up with every day, I don't feel much different than a year ago when I decided to quit everything. Because I never really let myself rest. I never really shut off that critical aspect of my brain that is telling me that there's something wrong if I'm not working. There's something wrong that I'm resting. Why am I resting? I need to be working. I need to be doing stuff. I need to be bringing in money. And the funny thing is, I don't need money. I'm financially okay right now, more than okay. I am lucky that I don't have to be paying rent right now. My student loans are on pause. I have enough money actually in my savings and in my investments to pay off my loans. So it doesn't make sense why I'm still feeling like I need money. So because of that, I know that this issue that I have is something that's going on with my mindset and how I'm thinking about things and how I have internalized a lot of limiting beliefs about money and what it means to have value, what it means to be enough, to be valuable, and to be able to love myself. So my current dilemma is working with my guilt, and I think that it all comes down to creating a sense of security and safety internally so that I am able to relax and be okay without a job, without money coming in, and to really calm my nervous system. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be working on, and I am signed up for a course that is going to help with that, and it's starting next month, so I'm very excited to go through that course. I really want to work on following my joy, following what lights me up without guilt. I really do believe that once I reach that frequency, that energy, that opportunities will flow to me and I'll be able to live in alignment with who I really am. So that is definitely my goal, and I'm excited to reach that goal, but I know that life is about the journey there, so I am open and ready to receive whatever lessons that I need to learn in order to get to that particular point in my life. So that is the update of what I've been up to and my biggest realization yet. Now I do want to mention a little experiment that I think I am going to take on. I want to get your guys' opinion and comments on what I am thinking. So I am thinking of going and doing a 1 year, 6 months, I'm not sure yet, but an experiment on living totally by my design. So living as a pure manifesting generator. And I know right now you guys might not know what that even means, so I'm going to work on creating that video. That will be my next video. I want to try a year where I follow my human design 100% of the time and disregard any judgments or critiques from the outside and see where that leads me. So it sounds fun, exciting, and challenging because it's going to involve a lot of rewiring and deconditioning of life itself. So what do you guys think? Should I do it? What are your thoughts on it? Do you have any other suggestions of like challenges or different things that I can try out for the next few months or even a year? I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. But whatever I decide, I will definitely let you guys know, and I will be sharing it on my YouTube videos here as well as on my Instagram. So make sure you click subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell icon so you get notified of all my videos. And over on my Instagram, you could also follow me there or on my blog. So wherever you like to live and consume content, you could follow me there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And I'm grateful that you are here today watching this video, and I hope you got something out of it. And until next time, be the creator of your best life. Bye!